On this day, 23 years ago, the most horrible thing to happen on U.S. soil occurred. 4 airplanes were hijacked, 2 being Boeing 767 aircrafts and 2 being Boeing 757 aircrafts. 2 were owned by American Airlines and 2 were owned by United Airlines, both U.S.-based airliners. The jets were named as followed: American Airlines Flight 11, American Airlines Flight 77, United Airlines Flight 175, and United Airlines Flight 93. American Airlines Flight 11 was carrying 11 crew members, 76 passengers, and 5 hijackers. American Airlines Flight 77 was carrying 6 crew members, 53 passengers, and 5 hijackers. United Airlines Flight 175 was carrying 9 crew members, 51 passengers, and 5 hijackers. United Airlines Flight 93 was carrying 7 crew members, 33 passengers, and 4 hijackers. At 7:59 a.m. local time, American Airlines Flight 11 took off from Boston Logan International Airport, heading for Los Angeles International Airport. At 8:14 a.m., the hijacking began. It is reported that one of the hijackers initiated the attack by stabbing a man in front of him with a box cutter. It is then said that the hijackers took a flight attendant hostage to gain access to the cockpit of the airplane. Once they gained control to the cockpit, the hijackers stabbed and killed both pilots. During this time, air traffic control had no contact with American 11. It is believed that the hijackers had total control of the plane by 8:20 a.m. A mere 6 minutes is all it took for 5 men with box cutters to take control of the airplane. At 8:24 a.m., the lead hijacker, Mohammed Atta, made an accidental transmission to the air traffic control when he really meant to make a PA announcement to the passengers.
Is that American 11 trying to call?
Buddy, we have some planes. Just stay quiet and you'll be okay. We're returning to the airport.
And who's trying to call me here? American 11, are you trying to call?
Nobody move. Everything will be okay. If you try to make any move, you'll injure yourself and the airplane. Just stay quiet.
That would be the last time that we hear the hijackers. At 8:46 a.m., fighter jets were authorized to intercept the plane.
Hi, Boston Center, Team U. We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York, and we need someone to scramble some F-16s or something up there to help us out.
Is this real world or exercise?
No, this is not an exercise, not a test.
A lot of smoke in lower Manhattan.
At the same time, American Airlines 11 crashed into the north face of the North Tower, World Trade Center 1, between the floors of 93 and 99, instantly killing everyone on the plane and on those floors. The crash also completely destroyed all 3 staircases from the 93rd floor to the 99th floor, meaning everybody above the 99th floor is trapped. Those people will not see 10:30 a.m. At 8:14, the same time American Airlines Flight 11 was being hijacked, United Airlines Flight 175 took off from the same airport that American 11 took off from, heading to the same destination as American 11. At 8:30 a.m., United 175 reached their cruising altitude. At 8:42 a.m., the hijackers initiated their attack, in a similar manner as American 11, killing 1 man and taking a woman flight attendant hostage. At 8:46 a.m., the same minute American Airlines crashed into the North Tower, the hijackers had complete control over the plane. At 8:55 a.m., United 175 had a near in-air collision with Delta Airlines Flight 2315, missing the plane by only 300 feet. An air traffic control commander saw that the planes were getting close beforehand and warned Delta Flight 2315 about United 175, saying, "I think United 175 has been hijacked. I don't know his intentions. Take any evasive action necessary." At 8:58 a.m., United 175 was over New Jersey at 28,500 feet, by which point the hijackers would have been able to see the smoke pouring from the North Tower in the distance. At 9:03 a.m., United 175 crashed into the southern wall of the South Tower between the floors 77 and 85, killing everyone on the plane. But the plane did not hit the tower head-on like American Airlines Flight 11 did. Instead, it was a little bit off-centered, destroying all but one stairway, leaving one accessible. Only 17 people survived the impact zone of the South Tower. Many more escaped through the tower through that one staircase, but the ones who didn't would not see 10 a.m. At 8:20 a.m., American 77 left Washington Dulles International Airport 26 miles outside of downtown Washington, D.C., heading for Los Angeles International Airport. At 8:51 a.m., the hijackers launched their attack. It was not reported of any injuries on the plane during or after the attack. Both pilots were spared their lives as they were threatened with bombs and voluntarily gave up the cockpit in fear of being blown up. Around 9 a.m., it is believed that the hijackers had complete control of the airplane. At 9:29 a.m., American 77 made a rapid descent heading towards Washington, D.C. At 9:37 a.m., American 77 crashed into the western side of the Pentagon at a slight bank going about 530 miles an hour, killing everyone on the plane, including an elementary school class going on a field trip to the Chenal Islands National Marine Sanctuary near Santa Barbara, California. Along with the people killed on the plane, 125 people in the Pentagon were killed in 0.8 of a second. A total of 189 people died. At 8:42 a.m., 4 minutes before American 11 hit the North Tower, United 93 took off from Newark International Airport in New Jersey, heading for San Francisco International Airport. They departed after a 42-minute delay because of heavy airport traffic. They were supposed to leave the airport at 8 a.m. At 9:03 a.m., United 93 reached their cruising altitude, the same time United 175 crashed into the South Tower. At 9:19 a.m., Air Traffic Control started sending out warning messages to all aircrafts saying, "Beware any cockpit intrusion. 2 aircraft hit World Trade Center." At 9:26 a.m., pilot Jason Dahl, apparently puzzled by the message, responded, "Ed, confirm last message please. Jason." At 9:28 a.m., the hijackers started their attack. During the attack, the pilot put out multiple mayday calls. Around 9:30 a.m., passengers and crew began making phone calls to officials and family members. At 9:31 a.m., the hijackers had complete control of the plane. While trying to communicate with the passengers, they made the same mistake as American 11 and accidentally transmitted to air traffic control. This is what they said.
The captain, please sit down. Keep remaining sitting. We have a ball board.
At 9:37 a.m., a man by the name Jeremy Glick called his wife and told her, "My flight was hijacked by 3 dark-skinned men who look Iranian, wearing red bandanas and wielding knives." At 9:43 a.m., a man by the name Todd Beamer attempted to call his wife, but was routed to GTE phone operator Lisa Jefferson. Todd told the operator the flight had been hijacked and that 2 people who he thought were pilots were on the floor, dead or injured. He said one of the hijackers had a red belt with what looked to be a bomb strapped around his waist. When the hijacker turned the plane sharply south, Beamer panicked, yelling in a panic, "We're going down, we're going down."
I took the call over. There was a soft-spoken, calm gentleman on the other end. He told me that there's 3 people that have taken over the flight. At that point, I asked him his name. He told me Todd Beamer. He was from Cranberry, New Jersey.
Did you make a conscious decision not to tell Todd about the World Trade Center? Why?
Yes, because I wanted him to have hope. I wanted him to think that he still had a chance. I didn't want him to feel like it was just totally hopeless, and he definitely didn't have a choice, and he knew he was going to die. I didn't want him to have that feeling.
When he wanted to pray, was your sense then that he knew that?
Yes, I did. I felt that he knew at that time because he had said, "Oh, Jesus, help us." And then he said, "Lisa, would you recite the Lord's Prayer with me?" And I knew that he knew at that time that it wasn't much left for him to do.
At 9:49 a.m., a woman by the name C.C. Lyles called her husband.
Tuesday, 9:47 a.m.
Hi, baby. Baby, you have to listen to me carefully. I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. I'm on the plane. I'm calling from the plane. I want to tell you I love you. Please tell my children that I love them very much. And I'm so sorry, babe. I don't know what to say. There's 3 guys. They've hijacked the plane. I'm trying to be calm. We're turned around, and I've heard that there's planes that's been flown into the World Trade Center. I hope to be able to see your face again, baby. I love you. Bye.
Between 9:50 a.m. and 9:55 a.m., the passengers planned to revolt against the hijackers. Around this time, Todd Beamer was still on the phone with Lisa and recited the Lord's Prayer and the 23rd Psalm with her, prompting others to join in. Todd, still on the phone with Lisa, told her, "If I don't make it, please call my family and let them know how much I love them." Todd is then heard saying his famous line, "Are you ready? Okay, let's roll." At 9:57 a.m., the passengers launched their attack on the hijackers.
After a struggle with the hijacker guarding the cockpit, the passengers and crew are heard on the cockpit recorder, preparing the food cart for another offensive. During the second wave of the fight back, Andy Garcia tries to speak to his wife. It is the last call made by anyone from the aircraft.
At 9:58 a.m., the lead hijacker is heard saying, "Is something there? A fight?" At 9:59 a.m., one of the hijackers said, "They want to get in there. Hold. Hold from the inside. Hold from the inside. Hold." At the same time, the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed, killing nearly 1,000 people.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
It took nearly 4.5 years to build the World Trade Center South Tower. But at 9:59 a.m. on September 11th, 2001, it only took 12 seconds for the 110-story building to fall.
At 10 a.m., the hijackers began exchanging some words. One hijacker said, "Is that it? Shall we finish it off?" Another hijacker responded, "No, not yet. When they all come, we finish it off." About the same time, the hijackers rolled the airplane in an attempt to halt the passengers' revolt. At 10:01 a.m., the passengers were able to get to the door and are tearing it down. One hijacker asked another hijacker, "Is that it? I mean, shall we put it down?" The other hijacker responded, "Yes, put it in it and pull it down." The passengers continued their assault, and at 10:02 a.m., a male passenger said, "Turn it up." A second later, a hijacker said, "Pull it down, pull it down." At 10:03 a.m., one hijacker made a desperate plea in Arabic, repeatedly screaming, "Give it to me!" possibly referring to the plane's controls. The hijackers inside the cockpit are heard yelling, "No!" over the sound of breaking glass. The final spoken words in the recorder were in English instructing, "Pull it up!" I will now play the audio of the revolt now. The passengers were able to gain control, but it was too late. 9 seconds after they took control of the plane crashed into an empty field near Stony Creek, Pennsylvania, about 20 minutes flying time out of Washington, D.C. No one on the plane survived. At 10:28 a.m., 25 minutes after United 93 crashed, the North Tower of the World Trade Center fell, killing everyone still inside, which is believed to be in the high hundreds.
Firefighters were still inside evacuating people from the North Tower. The North Tower came crashing down.
Heard a rumble. I thought it was some more jets coming in, and I looked up and the North Tower was starting to collapse. Turned around, ran as far north as I could, realized I wasn't going to outrun this building, dove under a rig, waited till the debris had cleared. Luckily enough, the rig survived the collapse. Start to regroup, find out how many people we had missing, find out how many people we thought we lost.
It was more important to them to save lives than it was to save themselves.
I was on the 81st floor. Tell me what you saw and heard. It just, I had 40 people in there, just an explosion. There's a light flash out my window. My whole doorway to the entrance of my office blew open. My office was freaking out, and I just told them to calm down and get to the center of the office. Everybody was fine on my floor, and we just started heading down the stairs. I heard people were trapped in the bathroom. I ran to the bathroom. It was just blown out. I asked if anybody was in there. People weren't in there. So I started going down the steps. I heard people shouting. I stopped at like 68, and there's a woman in a wheelchair, and I got her in the strap wheelchair and just carried her down the steps and carried her down 68 floors, man. And then we got lost on the 5th floor. It was chaos.
What happened? It collapsed. The top floors collapsed down. I saw it blow and then ran like hell. Thank God. I'm 69, but I can still run. There's got to be firemen trapped back there, though.
What'd you see?
Everything. I saw chaos. It's just chaos out here. It really is. So the Twin Towers fall. It's amazing. It's crazy. I can't believe this shit is happening. I really can't. It's a nightmare. It's Armageddon right here.
Don't worry, don't worry. Come on, where's your... Over here.
At 5:21 p.m., nearly 7 hours after the North Tower collapsed, World Trade Center 7 collapsed as a result in mass fires throughout the building. Nobody was inside or around the building when it fell, so nobody was killed. In total, 2,977 people, not including the hijackers, died that day. That's 2,977 people in the course of just 2 hours. What I find pretty amazing about the entire day is that United 93, the plane that had the least amount of passengers, was the only plane to fight back. And they succeeded in taking out the hijackers and stopped them from hitting their target, which is said to be somewhere in Washington, D.C. I made this video to educate people on that day, and to really explain to people that make jokes about 9/11 and people that think 9/11 was staged of how serious of an event they are making jokes about. I'm going to end out this video by saying, rest in peace to all the people that lost their lives. God bless America, God bless our troops, and rest in peace to all the American men and women who have died fighting terrorism after 9/11.